101.5. Monday wrap-up.
Hey, you tuned in to Wait a minute. For some reason, my vision is a little off right now. I don't know if you're having a hard time seeing me. Hold on, let's try to get this corrected. Alright, I think that's better. As I was saying, this is Throwback Talk with V Fox, and this is the Monday wrap-up. Now, kind of like what we had to do just right there is what the Redskins, I think, have to do at this point in the season. We got to kind of get our focus back. We got to get our vision back in perspective and remember what it is that we wanted to accomplish this season. Now, I'll show you the score right now only because you guys have become accustomed to that, and I'll show you that. As bad as it hurts me to do that, there's your score. Okay, now this game, let's talk a little bit about it. We are breaking records all over the field, and it's not really the type of records that we would like to break. We were shut out for the first time since 2007, and for the first time ever in Mike Shanahan's entire pro coaching career. Those are not good things. We gave up 9 sacks. 9 sacks. A franchise record, ties the record for the Washington Redskins. Those are not good things, and those are not records that we're very proud of. So we got to look at what we got to do to try to get this thing corrected. Now, let me tell you first off, there's nothing that I can say, there's nothing that you can say, there's nothing that any fan or the media can say that can get this thing back on the right track. Trust me, the coaches are saying everything that needs to be said, and the players are taking accountability and looking to get this thing back on the right track. So I'll just tell you that first off. The offense, we looked out of sync all day long, and I'm going to continue to say it. We cannot turn the ball over. We threw away 2 interceptions, and I definitely won't stop saying this. We got to be able to run the ball. We cannot run for less than 50 yards as an entire offense, and our starting tailback can't run for only 14 yards in a game. We cannot win games that way. That's just the bottom line, and like it or leave it. That's what it is. Mike Shanahan said that the offensive line wasn't solely responsible for all of the sacks, that Beck held on to the ball a little too long. Whatever the case is, we got to get it corrected because we cannot give up 9 sacks. That's just absolutely ludicrous. On the defensive side of the ball, we looked a little in disarray all day. We looked kind of out of place. They were able to move the ball. And I told you in pregame, I'm going to keep pointing out the key players that we got to stop. But if we allow those guys to do what Fred Jackson did, then we can't expect to really win a whole lot of games. He was almost accountable for 200 yards of total offense by himself. So we got to zoom in and key in on these guys that we need to stop on the opposite team, and those are things that will help us be successful. Now I want to point out something, because in pregame I told you guys that London Fletcher was struggling with a hamstring injury. Listen, this is the sign of a key Iron Man. This guy went out, still played in the game, injured. Now there are guys all over the league that are struggling with hamstring injuries that are out multiple weeks. He went out, fought through the pain, had 19 tackles, an interception, and a half sack. Now it doesn't get any better than that, than to go out and to still put on a performance like that. Now I know it was in a losing effort, but that performance was worthy to be recognized. And London, we take our hat off to you, man. Way to go out there and grind it out for our team. We still have a long way to go, guys. I don't want you guys to get discouraged as fans. I don't want Redskin Nation to start bagging away. Things have took a really rough turn after the bye. We've lost 3 in a row, and we got to find a way to get it back on track. That's just what it boils down to. Listen, one time I preached a message, and the title of that message was Keep Swinging. Now, the whole point of this message when I preached it was to kind of equate it to a person being in a slump. And ever so often we get in slumps, whether it's in life, in athletics, whatever it is. And you all know about a baseball player. When they're in a slump, the only way to get out of that slump is to keep swinging. You got to keep swinging, and eventually you'll connect and you'll get your swing back. And that's what we got to do with this team. We got to continue to support this team. We got to continue to go after it, to grind after it. The guys are going to put in the work. They're going to put in everything that we need in order to get ourselves back on track. But we got to support them. We can't come down on them. We can't start judging this team and start giving up on them. A lot of things have not gone our way. The injury bug is really bit us very strong, and it's really affected us on the offensive side of the ball. Now Fred Davis is gimped up with an ankle injury, so we're hoping that he can get back out there because we've already missed out some key components to the offensive side of the ball. And I believe that the guys have the proper attitude on the defensive side. I've heard statements from D'Angelo Hall, from OJ Atagwe, London Fletcher. A lot of those guys are really looking to get this thing back together. So let's support these guys. We're going to get our vision back. We're going to get our focus back. But you guys got to hang in there with us, all right? What does I always say? Hail to the Skins. Let's do it. Catch me every week for pregame and postgame analysis and everything in between. God bless.